Welcome back everybody to the Minecraft Bedrock Edition Sloth Survival Series, where today everybody we have a few goals in mind. However, the major one everyone is that we are going to be building ourselves a doghouse. However, this isn't just any doghouse, as we are going to be making ourselves a dog mansion, where these dogs are going to be living in luxury. So yeah everybody, welcome back to the Forever World, and today everyone, like I just said, we are going to be working on building this massive doghouse. However, let's see what things I've done off camera. Now, as you all can see, I've finally gone ahead and made myself a pathway that goes through all of the town. Now, I am going to change it possibly in the future, as I'm not too sure about this one right now. However, if you come through here, everyone, you can see our brand new wheat farm that we built last episode, the pretty sweet farm. And already, everyone, even though it's only got half harvested, this thing has been working a dream. And as you guys can see over here, we are going to be building our doghouse right here. And we've got ourselves a little sheep farm set up just so we can get ourselves some wool. And the reason I want to do this, everyone, is as you all know, our good dog Chippy, the first ever dog of the world, had recently died. And I haven't had a dog since, so this actually kind of gives me an excuse to finally get some dogs. But quickly everybody, let's see what I've added to the garden. So as you guys can see, we have Sloth RR back, who I've promised to add to the garden, and SM Cracker, who said you should build a bridge from your original old world island to the new world island, which I think is a great idea. Now everybody, for this build, we need a few things. Obviously stone, bricks, and wood being one of them. We also need wool and possibly some cobblestone. However, we have like no wood, so let's go get some. And there goes my axe. Okay, well, how much have we got so far? I mean, that's an alright amount. We haven't got much birch though. Luckily enough for us, everyone, on stream, I managed to go get ourselves some juicy diamondes. Because if you remember last episode, we got ourselves a Fortune 3 pickaxe, and let me tell you, it is a game changer. Actually, you know what, everyone? Maybe some cherry wood could be really cool. Okay, is my entire world just cherry blossoms at this point? What is this? I thought they meant to be rare. And after some good resource collection, everyone, this is everything we have for the build. So practically, I think all the basic resources we need to actually start building. Now though, with that said, everyone, let's actually start construction. So what I want to do, everyone, is make a sort of baseline just like this, and then we're going to expand it to the side again. All right, and then we go, this is the shape of the build. So it's going to actually be, everyone, probably one of the biggest builds we have in the world. However, this one, you know, obviously it's not going to be anything, you know, too crazy. I'm thinking of making it 2 stories. And it's going to be almost a similar sort of shape to my actual house. However, on the front of the actual building, everyone, I want to have a wolf's head, you know, to signify obviously it is a dog's house, which is why I'm collecting all of this actual wool. Now though, what I want to do, everyone, is kind of go up like this, and now this little round bit, this is basically going to be like a little foundation sort of, and what I want to do is kind of go around and make a shape like this. Now this is going to be kind of just the framework of the build, and then we're going to have the entrance here, the dog head right there, and then once we're going to go into here, and we're going to have like little rooms and stuff obviously in these little partial parts. Overall, it's a pretty simple build, however, I think it should look pretty cool. Alrighty, there we go. That was actually way easier than I thought it would be. So we've got the full framework of the actual build. Now though, what we're going to do is we need to start putting in the actual floor. Now for the floor's going to be very, very simple. And if we actually go inside, we can grab ourselves this, a silk touch pickaxe that I got on stream. And the reason I want this, everyone, is so that we can actually go ahead and collect ourselves some grass blocks. Now for the actual hallway, everyone, what I want to do is go ahead and use some cherry planks, and this is going to be kind of like, I guess, the hallway block obviously for, you know, to walk across. And I'm thinking of having a staircase, everyone, that goes up to there, and then obviously the hallway goes down here, so that way we have access to around 8 rooms, so we can have up to 8 dogs in this actual place. So make sure to leave down below, everyone, as we actually get the dogs, some names for said dogs, and all the best names, I will name all the dogs. And then in here we will have ourselves the actual rooms. But yeah, I've never really used cherry wood before, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to actually do so, because I don't know, it's always said it being used, but I never have actually used it really myself. So I think this should be pretty damn cool. Alright everyone, now as you guys can see, we're using a lot of real bright sort of blocks. So right now we're going to use actually some oak planks and birch for the bottom part right here. And we also have some white stained glass panes, because I feel like it just adds a nice kind of chill, more calmy, sort of cloudy look to the windows, and I really like that. And as you guys can see, to add a bit of depth, which I don't usually do much in this, but I'm adding a bit of depth by just making go 1 block in, which I don't typically do, but I think works for this sort of build, just because it's on a grander scale than other builds. And it's going to make sort of just a little frame just like that. You know what, I may even actually make this go all the way down, and then have this part be birch as well. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I like that. Okay, there we go. That is working pretty well. However, what I'm thinking of doing, everyone, for the thing to add some extra decoration, I'm definitely think I want to add some flowers and whatnot. So I don't know if they're going to be in each dog's room depending on the dog, so that way I can differentiate the collars and whatnot. But yeah, definitely having a bigger build like this in the world is just so much better, because it just adds a more grand magnitude to the world. And I've definitely been thinking of building this for such a while now, and I think this is going to actually end up being a really cool build. But yeah, these dogs, everyone, are going to be living a literal life of luxury. Like they're going to be living the better than any other dog. Stuff your little dog houses, we got a massive one. We have a mansion for these dogs. All right, now that what we're going to do is then fill in the rest with some white glass panes. There we go. That looks really good. All right, there we go, everyone. That is the first part of the walls done, which, and honestly, I'm thinking this is looking really damn good. Now though, we need to actually do the interior walls, and I'm thinking of maybe using some cherry logs for this, just like this. So as you guys can see, the actual rooms for the dogs are very spacious. They have an amazing view of everything. And we also have obviously had tons of room for other stuff in the actual build. I'm thinking of maybe even making like something else down the middle of this, I'm not sure. And then on top of the cherry wood, we're going to go ahead and use, I think, just some oak logs. No, I don't think it transfers as well. Yeah, actually, I might just use some oak planks maybe. And then obviously we're going to have things like paintings and stuff, signs, all the, you know, real cool stuff. Now, I think we should definitely start, though, everyone, working on possibly, you know, doing the staircase. However, for the staircase, I think... what wood should I use? Actually, I've just realized, everyone, we didn't even do the walls for the actual front door. So let's quickly do this, and then it's going to do something simple just like that. I think that's a pretty fairly good entrance. I like that. But yeah, for the staircase, everyone, I think what I'm going to do is actually use some actual cobblestone stairs. I think because we haven't used much cobblestone, I think this should be a fairly good thing. And I think if we go up here, you can see it kind of perfectly comes in line. Actually, I don't know. I don't really like it. Oh, I got an idea. Hold on. What we can do... we can go like that and then turn it into like this. So you come up here, you'll be like a big window there, and then you turn up. Okay, I think that's going to work. Now though, what we need to do, everyone, is actually go ahead and now make the second story frame. Alright, so we've got the framework just like this. However, we have ran out of stone bricks. Now, what is this looking like from the front? So remember, we're going to have the wolf head right there in the middle, and then we have more windows, and then we're going to have a big old roof on top, which I think should look really cool. And overall, I think this is looking already pretty good. However, I think we can definitely add just a bit more decoration and just shape to it if we do something like this as well. Now, let's quickly, while it's just dark and we're waiting for that to smelt up, let's quickly start working on the other part of the hallway. So it's going to connect just like this, and then basically just copy how it is down there, mirroring it to upstairs as well. And you know what could be really cool, everyone? For the dog's eyes, we could even have windows that you can actually look out of the dog's head. I think that could be really cool. Alright, now that everyone, let's just continue doing the exact same thing as we did up there. However, these rooms are going to be a bit weirder shape. Alright, now that everyone, let's continue doing the same thing, adding in these cherry inner walls just like this. Actually, wait. I just realized we should probably actually do the outside walls first. But let's quickly, before we do that, finish off the actual framework, because all the stone is smelted. However, I cannot forget before we do the walls to actually quickly add in the decorative part. Just those little extra little archy details that make the build just have a little bit more color. But yeah, if you haven't noticed already, the second story is actually a block lower than the first. And that's just because we don't need the extra room for obviously the staircase and whatnot. So I think that it should be fine. Now though, we're going to do the exact same thing as downstairs and quickly just make this little frame just like this. Now, it's going to be these rooms actually smaller than the ones downstairs, just because, well, you know, just shrinking from the staircase and whatnot. But I think it should still be fine. I think they're still manageable sizes for the dogs. And then just like down there, we're just going to do a basic little thing like this. However, I think what I'm going to do is actually leave this spot here, and this is going to be just a big window. And one thing I've also realized, everyone, is that we probably won't be able to use, and we're going to have to probably turn this into just a big window like this. There we go. That should be pretty sweet. Oh, actually, that looks good. I got to admit, everyone, that actually looks good. And then we'll have the big windows just like this in here. It'll be pretty sweet. Only problem is I hope I do have enough glass. Yeah, this second story, everyone, is mainly going to be have a lot more windows in the bottom, just so you can see absolutely everything. And also, so because the rooms are so much smaller, you get to see a lot more as well. There we go, we actually surprisingly had enough actual glass, which I'm really surprised about. But now let's quickly finish up the rest of these actual walls just like this. And I actually had enough, damn. Things are going well for me this episode, everyone, I gotta say, everything is going really well. But before we do anything, let's quickly finish up the rest of this. And there we go again, I had the perfect amount. Like I said, everyone, everything is going surprisingly well. Probably will, though, have to actually maybe use some stairs for the staircase. And what I mean by that is basically just use little stuff like this. Just so that way we can have things like railings and whatnot without taking up too much space. However, I think we have used enough actual cherry. And we also got ourselves some birch doors, because I feel like birch doors are probably the best option for this. And we can also raise this up a tiny bit, and I think I'll use a stone brick slab. And then we'll do more corner bits like this. And we can put in more doors. However, this one will go in ones, so we have more depth on the second floor. Yeah, I gotta admit, everyone, that is actually looking pretty damn good. I'm actually really happy with how it's looking. Now that, everyone, because we actually have so much wood on the interior, what I'm going to do is, so we don't have to worry about filling in the extra when we actually make the roof, I'm just going to put in some slabs just like this, some cobblestone slabs to add some more stone texture, and also obviously just save me some work as well. But it actually looks really cool. And it is bloody raining every single episode. Also, look at the crop field. That is looking amazing. Yeah, we definitely need to do everyone, in a new episode, actually start filling in some of this basic space, because we have so much random space and just like basic things with nothing really in it. So I think I definitely want to add some like more vegetation and just greenery and stuff like that, making the world feel just really cool. We also need to add some lighting on the interior. But what does it actually look like in the room? Yeah, these are good rooms. Okay, these are really good rooms. I'm liking this. I'm really liking this room. What about on the second floor? What's the second floor look like? Oh, I did not. Okay, I'm an idiot. I didn't add a roof for these rooms. Now though, everyone, we have to start probably my least favorite part of this entire build, and that is the roof, which I'm just not looking forward to whatsoever. If you know me, then you know I absolutely despise making roofs. And for this build, everyone, we're just going to go for an extremely simple little roof. It's just going to be a fully oak roof, nothing too crazy. Oh, that looks really cool from the top, though, I gotta admit. That looks really cool. Alright, let's go across all of this. So we actually may even have to use some slabs. I think that could work. Alright, everyone, there we go. The roof is complete. And I added a kind of like a little peak sort of aspect to it, but it's pretty simple. But however, we do need to do the walls of it actually a bit, but I have actually no wood left. Honest to God, my wood is gone, but that is what it looks like. That looks actually so good. Oh my days. Hold on. Let's get a better look at this. That looks awesome. Oh my days. And even with that clear now, that looks so good. Oh wow, that is grand. That is a grand build if I've ever seen one. Oh my days. But before we do anything, we do, however, need to actually make the roof part of it. So let's quickly do this. Actually, you know what? We might use cobblestone. I think cobblestone might be better. Oh my, that looks actually like, so honestly, everyone, this might be one of my new favorite builds in the world. That actually looks so good. I'm so happy with it. And because we don't have much actual glass left, I'm just going to just do a little window like this, and we'll do that on the same on this side. Now that, everyone, that the major actual part of the build is done with the roof and everything, it is now time, everyone, to actually make the dog head. So that said, let's go do it. Alright, now though, everyone, for this actual build, we need to get ourselves some light grey dye. Now the question is, everyone, what flower gives this to us? Okay, so it looks like the Azure Bluette gives it, which we can very much easily get now. We have tons of bones. You know, I always forget, everyone, how weird it is to actually grow these flowers. Alright, everyone, so we've got the light grey wool and the white wool. However, we need to get ourselves some black dye so that we can get dark grey and black. So what I'm thinking of doing, everyone, is heading over to the ocean and let's see what we can get. Because we're on the old world, obviously, all of these river systems and whatnot all count as actually oceans. So I think as long as we just follow around here, we should, actually, I'll take one of the horses. We should be able to find some squids. It is always so cool, buddy, riding a donkey in Minecraft. However, what I can see, I have not seen any squids thus far. I think we're gonna have to go over to the big ocean. But look at this, everyone. I don't remember this always being a snow biome. I don't think this was a snow biome before. But now all of a sudden it just is. It's so random. Okay, I'm getting lost in my own water. I actually forgot there was a swamp here. Hold on. Hold on. Everyone, did you all just hear that? I just heard about 500 zombies up here, which means there is a spawner right below me. You don't just have 1,000 zombies just randomly appear. Oh, we found it. Okay, okay. And I'm just too good at this game, everyone. I'm just too good at Minecraft, honestly. And there is a lot of zombies. Let's ignore these guys. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'm getting. Okay. It's bad. Buzz is bad. Buzz is bad. Okay. This is what I love about the legacy worlds, everyone, is that they generate the things up so high. Cacao beans, power 4 and flame. Oh my days. We got a saddle as well for an unbreaking. What a chest. Okay, that was so worth it. I mean, we come here for bloody black dye and we come out with all that. That's amazing. We can not only get our amazing bow, but now we can also get another saddle for cargo. Yes, we found it. Okay, this counts as... Okay, there we go. We've got some squids ready. Let's get some of these ink sacks. We got 4 ink sacks. That's all we need. Okay, Donk, let's get the hell out of here. I gotta say though, we definitely need to start doing some more stuff with the actual desert over there and with the actual mushroom island. I want to make a mushroom village so bad. Oh my days, with my render distance, I can see my house from here. That's insane. Dog run! Dog run! Okay, you know what? At some point ever, I need to do something with this cliffside. This cliffside here is so cool. Ever since I saw this on day one, I remember I wanted to do something like this. Wait, save the dog! Save the dog! Oh my god, I feel like I'm riding into battle. Okay, Donk, do not die, please, Donk. Do not die. You took me so long to get. Okay, we're going on foot, Donk. No! Stop shooting, Donk. Stop shooting, Donk. Yes! We conquered. We conquered. We defeated. We overcome. And we got 2 bones, everyone, for our little adventurous mate over here. Where is he at? You, my friend. You warrior. Yes! I got an achievement as well. Leader of the pack. Befriend 5 wolves. Oh my god, you are my 5th ever wolf on PlayStation Edition of PS5 Minecraft. Mate, you're coming with me right now. You're going to be the first dog in our world. Or like the first dog of our doghouse. No, 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 no. Oh my days. I just realized how low your health was and you were fighting a skeleton. You idiot of a dog. You might not be the brightest. Actually, you know what? I forgot to also give Cargo his present. Cargo, come here, mate. Here is your present. Hold on, why can I not, have I not tamed you yet, Cargo? I haven't even tamed Cargo yet. He has so much health. Oh my days. Alright, so we've got some glass around, so let's quickly go ahead and make ourselves some actual black stained glass, because that is going to be the eyes of the wolf. So that way we can actually look through the eyes of the wolf. Now then, we need to combine this and make ourselves some grey dye. There we go. Now, before we actually do anything, everyone, what I want to quickly do is go ahead and actually put in some lights on the build, and also put in some oak leaves, just to kind of give it more of a green aesthetic, along with some very nice little lights. I also forgot, everyone, we need to put some lanterns in here, just like that. And I think what I'm going to do, everyone, is actually go ahead and put some glowstone in each of the rooms. However, I don't know if I have any on me right now, so I'll have to go check. But before we do that, let's quickly actually start on the dog head. Now, I'm going off of just a little reference photo right now, and I think what we need to do is, first off, start with a sort of, like, muzzle sort of thing, face sort of thing, I don't know. Okay, then we're gonna just some like little extra cheek parts here, building onto the snout a bit more. However, we do need more grey wool, which I do not have right now, but those sheep are producing something like this, and this is where the eyes are going to be. Then we're going to use some white wool. Yeah, we're going to have to take away more of this though, because that way we can give it a bit more volume. So that way if we do like this, there we go. And then from here, we just make the 2 little ears, which are pretty simple, just like this. And there we go, that's pretty much it. It's actually a very simple build. That actually looks really cool. Actually, while we're up here as well, let's light up the roof. Alright, there we go, we do something like that. You know, everyone, I am considering, though, possibly making the snout a bit shorter. Alright, so that's slightly smaller, but the only problem is I feel like now it doesn't really look as much like a... Actually, no, I think that should be alright. What does that look like? Yeah, that looks really good. Honestly, I am so happy with that. That looks sick as. That looks so good. And we do have some glowstone, but not enough. So I think, everyone, what we're going to do, I think I'm going to quickly go into the nether, and let's actually go get some. Like I said, every episode I always end up in the nether. Whoa, that is weird. You can see, everyone, there's actually, they've somehow left over bedrock from the wall. That's really weird, having bedrock just in the middle of nowhere like that. Alright, everyone, so let's go ahead and go into the rooms, and here we're going to add in a little bit of glowstone, and we're also going to put in a little bed for the actual dogs. And each corner is going to have a little bed for them, and I think this is where this mate's room is going to be. And this guy right here, everyone, I have decided to name Captain. This guy's right name right here, this is Captain the dog. So Captain, you can hop on your bed over here, mate, and you are the first dog of the doghouse. Okay, why are you going out? How have you ended up going? Okay, what the heck? Now let's just go through the rest of the rooms and do the same thing. But yeah, everyone, I think that is the actual thing complete. The doghouse, the dog mansion is complete. This is an amazing build. Definitely the best in the world so far. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. No! I almost died as well. Oh my god, I can never get this. Okay, everyone, I need to get a bow. And there we go, everyone. We've got Captain's room right here with our good mate Captain right there. This, everyone, is probably one of the best builds I've ever done, like, actually in Minecraft in so long. I love this build. This build is amazing. And I want to thank you all so very much, everyone, for watching this video so far. We have done so much in this episode, and I cannot wait for more. Please comment down below, everyone, any new builds or ideas you want for the future episodes, and any dog names for the future dogs, because by next episode, these rooms are going to be full, and I need names. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great bloody day, and good bloody bye.